What up, what up? Since this thing just won't go away, I figure I might as well just say something about it. As we all know, anyone in MMA, anyone who watched UFC 94, you can't get away from it, Greasegate. You know, this silly made-up scandal, that BJ Penn and his camp have gotten a hold of and just has been fanning the flames, doing whatever they can to stay relevant, and in the career of George St. Pierre. I'm sorry if I sound biased, I'm sorry if you don't agree, but there's nothing you can do to convince me to actually think that had any effect, that it was any kind of intentional cheating or anything. You know, it's just gotten really annoying to me, and just looking at it, I mean, when you look at the facts, Phil Nurse, basically, he screwed up. It wasn't intentional. What he was doing, that was a breathing technique. What he was doing was real. He's done it to GSP, while GSP had a shirt on. It's been done with other fighters like Sean Shirk. And with when you saw him dabbing the grease or something, by the time he went to his face, shoulders, face, there couldn't have been anything more than a trace of Vaseline on GSP's back. That wasn't the reason why, BJ's rubber guard didn't work. And for him to sit up there and try to going to the lengths that, for BJ Penn to go to the lengths that he goes to try to, to make ridiculous demands like having the fight declared a no contest, or trying to get GSP suspended or delay his fight with Thiago Alves, or delay GSP's fight at UFC 100. It just shows, the degree of selfishness, foolishness, and just overall ego of BJ Penn. As a new fan, I kind of stayed out of the fray of him. Coming in, as we all know, BJ Penn is one of the most revered figures in MMA. Everyone, of all his lore, how he almost beat George St. Pierre, how he would have beat Matt Hughes if not for him hurting his rib, how he beat Matt Hughes the first time to become the welterweight champion. How he almost did this. Does anybody find it, kind of silly, out of, the top 4 discussed, pound for pound fighters? You got George St. Pierre, Anderson Silva, and Fedor Emelianenko. All of these guys put in a lot of work into their, into their game. All of them dominate their divisions unquestionably. And all have beaten the best in their division. Yet, BJ Penn somehow finds himself in a conversation with these guys. He's nowhere near the champion they are. He's nowhere near the competitor that they are. Yeah, he talks a good game about wanting to fight, how he doesn't need the money. He doesn't need the money, but he sure does love the praise. Take a look at it. BJ Penn has, of course, been a welterweight champion and a lightweight champion. But when you look at his, looking at the lightweight, he won the lightweight title in a vacant, title fight with Joe Daddy Stevenson. That fight was initially supposed to be a #1 contenders match to face Sean Shirk, who was the champion then, but Sean Shirk tested positive for steroids, which turned that fight from a #1 contenders fight into a 5-round title fight. BJ Penn, of course, beat Joe Daddy, becoming the lightweight champion, and he later defeated Sean Shirk, just whooped his ass really bad to defend the title. Him defending that title was actually, initially supposed to be him, fighting for the title against Sean Shirk. That was the original plan. But yet it turned into a title defense, accidentally. And that is the only title defense that BJ has ever had. He's won 2 titles, yet he's only defended a belt once. And that just tells me, and especially with him, he wants to sit back and spend time with his daughter instead of defending the title he actually won. He'd rather spend time with his family, which I understand. However, but he'd rather fight in another division than defend a title. He'd rather fight for a title, win a trophy, than actually step up to the responsibility of actually being a champion. This isn't hate, this is real. And I'm sick and tired of the undue praise. I'm sick and tired of seeing them. if he's not willing to defend his title and be a champion that he claims he wants to be. And especially after you heard, if he would have won the fight with GSP, he said he would have retired, so he never would have defended it and left both divisions in turmoil. You know, it's like I said, I'm sick of the selfishness, I'm sick of the ego. If this guy's not willing to fight, you know, if he wants to stay in a courtroom, then they need to take his title away and give it to people who actually want to be champion. You know, and get this guy, you know, pound for pound is a stupid thing anyway. But this guy's nowhere near the best fighter in the world. He doesn't belong in the same sentence as George St. Pierre, Anderson Silva, or Fedor Emelianenko. I mean, when you got two guys who fight so even as him and GSP did the first time, for it becomes so lopsided, don't even give me that grease shit. For that becomes so lopsided the second time, it's obvious that one guy worked and the other guy didn't. BJ Penn's not willing, does not have the dedication to be a champion. He wants to rely on his athletic ability, which is vast, which is no big, which is, he can do that. He can be a champion that way in the lightweight division. But I cannot wait till this whole, you know, grease situation goes away and we can all be back to sanity instead of people crying in courts and making excuses for their failures. And I cannot wait till BJ Penn is gone from the sport forever so we can actually see some fighters. That's just my slant on it. You know, go ahead, flame away. I don't even get back at you because I love that you listen. See you later.